Phoenix's turn to ban. Radiant team ban.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome back to Game 2 of MVP Phoenix versus TNC Pro Team. This is the Epicenter C Winners Bracket Semifinals. My name is Hades, and all the way from Singapore, and of course, joining me, my co-caster Scans. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here and I am hyped. And I said before the start of game 1 that I was hyped, and now I don't know what do you call someone who's hyped and then like becomes even more like hyped squared? That first game was just such a thriller. Really, I mean, it had a bit of a slow start in terms of kills, but even then the strategy was very interesting and intense from early on, and then when the fights began, the game became fascinating in the mid game and the late game, and wow, just to top it all off, like I don't have words to describe the ending of that game. It was just so dramatic, and MVP do come out on top, but I mean, Dota is the winner. I want to say in the game, Dota is the winner. The fans are the winners, like spoiled rotten for entertainment, and I hope that this game is something similar in store for us in terms of the entertainment value and the level of play.
Indeed, I mean, we did see some really top tier Dota right there between these two teams, and we talked about the mutual respect between them. Even in the lobby, they were, just still having casual chat. So it felt like BTS all over again, and I mean, it was just crazy. TNC almost took the game. It got to a point where even the Lion was trying to right-click the throne. It got away with 150 to 170 HP, and somehow because of no buybacks, MVP just turned it around a complete 180, which was almost like a base race. I mean, I have hopes of game 2 as well. If that was just game 1, I don't even know. I actually hope we get the full, like, 3 games.
Well, TNC start this game with the Nature's Prophet, which is a Sam H classic. They very often like to run this with the Drow Ranger, actually, and this is something MVP will know. So I don't know if it would be coming up in the first phase or if it would be banned in the second phase, but MVP themselves start with the Witch Doctor, very reliable support, and deciding now what they go for next. There's a lot of big heroes still in the pool, so it's pretty tough call for them.
But MVP, they'll start out strong. They go with something they're very familiar with. They go with the Witch Doctor, they get the OD as well. Is this going to be a safe lane OD or mid? I mean, we just have to see, of course. It's still a bit too early in the draft, but TNC, respecting these heroes with the Invoker QO. I mean, back to the game 1 again, I mean, that MP Invoker, it was QO Invoker, sorry. That was just something sick where he just played TNC, making them run around like monkeys. It was just absolutely unbelievable.
There was a sequence where he TP'd in to stop 4 heroes on TNC rushing and like successfully drew them away on his own for a substantially long amount of time and didn't even die. He had a fantastic game, and ultimately I feel like TNC just like a little bit, like they need a little bit more by way of like composure and like top level experience as a team, and it's something that's gotten in the way many times, and very much in that game too. I think that the game was very much within their grasp, but just slightly slips away at the end. And MVP Phoenix do respect the Drow. They know that TNC like to play the Drow and the Nature's Prophet together, and they ban it out.
And of course, a Drow would be actually beautiful with this TNC draft. I mean, it synergizes really well, especially if Nature's Prophet and the chain creeps, all that, that extra damage. And I didn't expect Mirana pick. I was thinking about another support, but
it's a classic. This was the opening draft, I think, of MVP Phoenix's tournament at the Shanghai Major, their very first game against Team Secrets, I believe. They had roaming Mirana, I think Fabi plays it, and mid OD, which will probably be QO, could be MP, I'm not sure. And it's a strategy that is actually just such a pain to deal with. And TNC will know it. TNC will know exactly what's coming at them now. And I just want to see what they plan in the draft, because you kind of get stuck in this position where you've already got a Chen, so you can't really pick another support that's going to sit and defend mid. So this forces the Chen probably to send a creep mid all the time to help against the Astral plus arrow combo, or maybe this is the play. It's the Teehee Juggernaut in the mid lane, and I do believe that if you spam spin, the Astral into arrow combo can't get ahead of the spin. I'm not sure, because there's different interactions with the Bane Sleep or the Shadow Demon Banish. There's some things that you can always spin, and there's some that you can't spin if the timing's exactly perfect.
I think you can, but it really boils down to whether that tiny microsecond of a window. But it's really tough to time it.
This is, I mean, look,
5
Raven does
seconds
play
remaining.
Juggernaut, so it could be a safe lane Juggernaut for TNC, but I can guarantee you that in the front of their mind right now is that they need to deal with
Reserve time.
the potential for OD banishing someone and custom arrowing them a million times in the early game. And if you go into a matchup like that and you don't have a plan to deal with that combination, you can really just get obliterated from the early stages of the game.
Right, but I mean, I'm just worried about how MVP is gonna lane. I mean, if the Mirana ganks, I mean, presuming that this Mirana OD combo, I think it doesn't matter whether he goes into the safe or mid lane. Just having the OD is always strong, especially against a hero like the Juggernaut. Just getting those few hits, and Jug won't have the intelligence pool to spin.
It's gotta
I
be mid.
feel
It's gotta be mid
Yeah.
because they picked OD with Mirana. Think about it. It's if you put it in the safe lane, OD Mirana is not going to work against the offlane Nature's Prophet because he's got too many treants. So I think it has to be that. Well, I say that, and they pick Ember Spirit, which is also actually really good at setting up Mirana arrows. So MVP Phoenix really playing to the strengths of their roaming Mirana in this draft. And by the way, I think Mirana is pretty decent against Chen these days as well, because your arrow one-shots all the Chen creeps. So
Indeed.
even in those situations where Chen like plonks a creep in front and
10
blocks arrow,
seconds
you still
remaining.
kill the creep. You still get all the gold and XP and chance to go fetch a new creep. So
5 seconds remaining.
there was a time where people said that Chen was a bit of a counter to Mirana. I think those days are maybe gone.
Reserve time.
I mean, I'm just glad that the Mirana arrow doesn't like one-hit Ancients. Otherwise, they'd be a bit too OP. But still, I mean, this Ember Spirit. I mean, like you said, any of these two heroes, the Ember and OD, they're great for setting up arrows. So, and T he may play a Juggernaut mid as well. So, I mean, we just have to see. I feel like this draft has plenty of versatility
he
in what
probably
they can
will.
do.
I feel like that's. I mean, it was the classic thing for them to do. Raven has played the hero, but I feel like, to me, it makes sense right after they see the Mirana reveal, going, okay, well, we need a way that someone can be mid and avoid dying to that combination.
Radiant
Although
team
MVP
ban.
Phoenix banned the Jakira, which makes me think that they expect it to be a Raven Juggernaut and a mid Jakira. Which is interesting because I don't know that you could run the Jakira in that lane. You'd have to have a Chen creep there all the time. That's what I feel, to avoid dying.
Maybe. So, okay, here we are down. This is game 2. Currently, the score is 1-0 in favor of MVP for those of you who are just starting to tune in. And we are just about to conclude the draft, waiting for these two teams to pick up their final heroes. It will be a Tide Hunter. Alright, so
Radiant
MVP Phoenix.
team pick.
Great team fight here. I like this draft already. I'm a Tide Hunter kind of guy, so always love this hero. TNC, I mean, Nature's Prophet, safe lane, mid, off lane. I don't know, there's so many options available right now, which I feel.
The Nature's Prophet is off lane. It's a question: is the Juggernaut mid or safe lane? And I don't know. I think that
10
Juggernaut
seconds
actually with
remaining.
Lion is a pretty good combination to deal with the off lane Tide Hunter. But at the same time,
5
like we
seconds
said a million
remaining.
times, they need a mid that can deal with the OD and roaming Mirana.
Reserve time.
It's a difficult one to say.
Maybe a Puck?
I don't really think Puck is a hero that TE plays very often, and certainly it's not a Raven hero. So, I mean, the chances are they want to pick a, I don't know, the kind of hero they'd like to pick in this situation is like a Phantom Lancer or Sven or something. Sven's RPL is not really good against the matchup that's been taken. I mean, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's, in some ways, I think it's a misunderstanding to say that Ember Spirit is a counter to PL, and maybe that's the kind of thing they're thinking about right now, if they could fit it in. They go for the Vengeful Spirit, which suggests to me it's safe lane Vengeful Spirit for Raven. It will be probably the mid Juggernaut for Teehee. Yep.
Ooh. Yeah, I think it's
Which-
definitely going to be a Juggernaut mid.
Yeah, no, it absolutely will be. And I suppose we'll get to see if it's possible to hit the Astro into Arrow combo before the Juggernaut gets a spin off. Because if you can time that to hit it without the spin, then it kind of like defeats the purpose in some sense of the Juggernaut pick in this game. It's not as if they pick Juggernaut because they think it lanes really well against OD 1v1. It'll do okay, but chances are you'll see Sam H and AU on the Nature's Prophet as well as the Chen making some important moves and rotations early on in this game. And it's funny how Winter G Small Sun is playing Lion again. This is like
His
this guy
hero.
literally, he calls himself Pilot Die these days. It wasn't always his hero, but since the Shanghai Major and Pilot Die did so well in Lion, like he's renamed himself Pilot Die and he just plays Lion every game. That's what he's been doing.
Well, you can't blame him. I mean, it's a very reliable hero. You're sustaining your own mana. levels, and you've got a great nuke, you've got 2 great disables. So I mean, you can't blame him. It is quite an interesting hero.
But by
There we
the
go.
way, I just want to say something to really stand out, which might come up in this game. The last 2 times I saw AU play Chen, he bought Midas. That was the first item he bought on Chen. So I don't know if it's going to happen this game, but this is a player who buys Chen Midas.
Oops. And here we go. 5-man smoke from TNC. Looks like they foresee MVP going to the jungle, and they've read each other very, very well. MVP also smoked up. I mean, Forever just kind of, you know, trotting away, floating away at the back.
You know what's really funny about this matchup? This is like the Koreans have to play on Southeast Asia server, and the Pinoys have to play on Southeast Asia server, but actually they both get lag on the server. Like Koreans actually, want their own server, and the Filipinos also want their own server. So I don't know, I think that the Koreans maybe have slightly higher ping, but it's not actually ideal for either of them. It's not really like home ground for either team.
Maybe, but I mean, occasionally, like for example, before TI qualifiers or something, the Koreans have been known. I mean, they actually flew over to Singapore just to play the qualifiers.
Yeah, maybe that's what TNC have to do next, because so far they haven't had as much fortune in both event qualifiers.
Yeah, and I mean, so far from what I've watched in this game, I would say they have plenty of potential to actually compete with top teams. Maybe just be a bit decisive, kind of make up your mind, because just now it seemed like they were all over the place. But
oh man,
here we
they've
go.
had this potential for like half a year already, honestly, maybe even a whole year. This is a team that's, they've been on the brink for a long time, and they're smoking forward. They're going to run into the Witch Doctor.
Oh. Basket is bouncing, stuns coming around for everywhere, and MVP, he will go for the wraparound. Arrow coming up, gonna land straight into Sam Hinch's face. Nice catch. Forev gonna walk in, going with the anchor smash. Then TE maybe gonna kill Forev here. Forev forced to pop the Fairy Fire, and he will die 2 for all. Going in favor of TNT, and maybe even 3. Nature's Prophet will get another kill.
I don't really understand why MVP thought they could fight there. It almost feels like it's like a sense of, well, we lost one hero, they don't know where we are, we hit an arrow, surely we can go, but none of the heroes are actually good at taking that level 1 fight, except the Witch Doctor that was already dead, and they should know that Juggernaut hadn't even used the spin yet. They deliberately made the kill without using the spin. So I think it's a very big mistake by MVP to give away those 2 extra kills. Like, sure, the Witch Doctor dies, but there's no reason they need to force the other fights.
Alright, so, okay, somehow your OD is still able to make it in time to the lane, despite having to walk 1 big round. And those treants from Sam H, just a bit of nice play just now, actually body blocking the OD, trying to slow him down as much as possible. But 3-0, that's a very, very comfortable lead for TNC at the moment. I mean, Sam H getting the kill and the EXP. He's already level 2.
Yeah, and it lets Teehee start with the Quelling Blade as well on his Juggernaut, which is very useful for this lane. Quelling Blade and Poor Man Shield, he's probably going to be fine in trading farm. And something that I have seen Teehee's Juggernaut do in the past is move to the jungle to give a support space. It's something that he might do at some stage, but so far no real evidence of the Mirana. Or
that was
is
close.
the attempt. Yeah, because they don't have the Astral yet on the OD, so I was going to say there's no real evidence of them making that kill attempt, and Mirana goes just for the naked arrow.
There we go. Damage just pulling away the creeps, so the equilibrium is going to be quite favorable to him. And this middle lane, I'm going to pay more attention to this because I want to see how TE lanes against QO. It's not an easy lane at all.
Yeah, this is something Teehee did historically. He'd play Juggernaut mid against like just about anything, and he'd usually do alright. It's something impressive about him as a player. He feels the Juggernauts. He's got a connection to the hero.
Just like that, you can see he doesn't have any mana. Maybe now he does, just enough for a Blade Fury. He's gonna walking around to put a ward there just in case to scout. Maybe they can get the arrow this time. They really need an arrow, but Teehee's positioning himself very, very nicely. Arrow gonna come out. Oh, he's not falling for that one.
The fact that the OD doesn't level Astral early on in this lane makes me think that it's correct that the Juggernaut's gonna be able to spin when they do the Astral into arrow combo, and so they're trying to just get the naked arrows, feeling like that's the way to do it.
Quite tough though, because right now he's always keeping an eye out for the Mirana. I think it's just a mental note you have to keep there. Just like, okay, I'm gonna get arrow at any time, I have to keep looking around constantly, so can't have a short attention span with this one.
Yeah,
Ayo.
and by the way, again, it's Q in the mid lane and MP on the Ember Spirit, which again is it's something they could run either way, but I feel like recently they've mostly run the other way around.
Maybe just swapping things with Febby. Oh, arrow missed again. That actually
He was
just went
trying
in
to arrow
between.
Chen's creep. He was just trying to kill Chen's creep. Febby's just yeah. I think he's missed every arrow so far this game, except the one that baited them into giving away 2 free deaths. So not been the game for the support Marana just yet.
Just one of those games. And yeah, I mean, it's just one of those awkward moments, like when you're jungling and an arrow just flies past you and you're not even trying to dodge it, you're just like, teammate? Alright, so there we go, Febby again, gonna scout up for the Chen, realizes, okay, we're not gonna kill this Juggernaut just yet, so we're gonna try and play around the Chen. As you can see, he's just walking around. Still not level 2.
Yeah, and the Juggernaut is kind of losing the lane, as is expected, but he's not doing that terribly, and that's kind of the Teehee factor there to slip back to how it started. And Marana does now roam into the Chen's jungle to try and disrupt. Arrow creep, get some value, and gonna get level 2, or no, I thought he might leech the level 2 of the Chen's farming there, but didn't get there in time.
I think it's doing more than we are giving it credit for, because by taking away the creeps, especially the big creeps, it kind of cripples AO's ability to just roam around and, you know, just put some impact on the map. So this is definitely very good movement from Febby.
Oh yeah, he's not doing nothing. He's just doing a bit less than what he wanted to do. Like obviously the time that he arrowed Chen's creep, he wanted to kill Chen's creep and not hit thing. It's harsh to say to like rep from on a player who hasn't hit any arrows in the mid lane yet. I mean that's one of those things. Sometimes you hit them, sometimes you don't. But you usually hit creeps when you're aiming for creeps, and that's why I was saying like maybe just a bit of a rusty start from him.
Maybe, or it's, you know, it's just one of those days where you're just like, okay, I'm not really hitting everything. But here we go. I mean, the safe lane carries are farming very well. Raven 27 CS and Ember just a bit behind on 24. UOD obviously clear win of this lane with a 10 CS lead, and things don't look good for Teehee, to be honest. I mean, he's doing okay, but he's not doing. It's fine. Okay.
He's fine. He's fine. This is how these lanes go. Like normally, what he'd do is at round level 6, there might be rotation and he'll make a kill.
Yep. Smoke gang coming up from TNC. Oh, they pop the smoke and they go, but the Kyo, he breaks it. He has to back off, and that is a wasted smoke from TNC. They put the ward down, so they scout up Febby at the same time.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, look, Sam H is getting a lot. They've got a Chen getting jungle value. They've got a Vengeful Spirit doing really well. It's not necessary for Teehee to get perfect farm in this lane. He's getting, like, relative to how much he's expected to get, he's getting actually very good farm. That's what I think. And he will be level 6 soon, and then we'll probably see him try and find opportunities to use his ulti, because Teehee's that kind of player who...
They're going on 4 up in the bottom lane. Hexed up. Oh, the Kraken shell. We have a Sprout maybe. We need a Sprout. There we go. Swapped back in. Forev gonna die here, and Nature's Prophet gonna take the last click. And this will be a push into the bottom T1. And we'll finally take damage for the first time this game. So there we go. You can creep to just pull back the creep wave.
Yeah, and this tower is as good as dead for sure. Well, Teehee himself heads down to the bot lane and might even join his team if it looks like something's happening there. He gets arcane rune, so...
They want to get a push of their own as well. They're pushing on the bottom, sorry, the top lane.
Yeah, but their push is much weaker. Much weaker. It's going to take a lot longer for them to push.
Oh, look at Forev. Can shell level 3, only a level 1 anchor smash, no ravage for now. And then they're diving him behind the enemy T2. They don't even care. They're just going for this. It's gonna be another tower again. Like you mentioned, it's just so strong.
Yeah, they should kill the tier 2 faster than MVP killed their tier 1, to be honest. MVP have much, TNC have much better push than MVP. But MVP it's just like they're trying to push with lots of creeps and a little bit of heal from the Witch Doctor. And I wonder if TNC could even go back and defend. Probably not quite. Do they consider going tier 3?
I don't think so.
They're thinking about it.
Oh, that's really ridiculous if they do.
Titans are gonna die for the 3rd time in a row?
X, hold on, my mouse is giving me a bit of problem. Sorry about that, guys. And oh yeah, he just did.
He's...
Oh, they're just going for this death ball push.
I mean, why not? There's nothing to stop them yet. There's MVP are just not in position, they're not ready to deal with the push yet. This is what a Chen gives you, and...
Heroes,
the
they're gonna come into the
really
side.
also playing a big role. The swaps being so big and they just keep making kill after kill after kill, and I wonder now, if MVP managed to get a bunch of kills out of this, it'll end up being quite bad for
Done.
TNC,
Arrow gonna
but-
land the AO. Ref doesn't have a Ravage just yet. He's looking for the EXP. OD's gonna get himself a kill, and he's just gonna right click people down. He actually has the ult. He's gonna do so much damage here if he can. As the OD's gonna clean off Raven, and now he's spinning. Now he's spinning in the wrong place. Really not wanted here. Febby gonna use his arrows, uses the leap, so a bit more movement speed for the Gush. Blastoise used one gun, and there we go. Teehee, they're gonna right click him down, and the steering chain to follow. He has no mana, and OD will find himself another kill.
They're
Killing spree for
still
QO.
reacting. The first Rax died, the second Rax is dying to
What?
Creeps right now.
Dire's bottom barracks
And
under attack.
I think this Rax dies. I think it's dead. Yeah, so that's, I mean, it's kind of bad that TNC give away a bunch of kills. Maybe they don't need to, but they killed a Rax.
Forever.
They killed a side of
Floating
Rax
around
in the
doing
first.
backstroke.
Yeah, Tyrant's a taunting. I don't know why. I mean, he's
Yeah, that
been
was
beating
definitely a
the-
huge win for TNC.
Yeah, it's. I mean, they killed a whole set of Rax. They killed.
I mean, is this actually bad? Like to the point where MVP they can't come back from this, because it seems like TNC is
Hello?
taking
Did
so
I-
much early
oh.
momentum.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Dance you there?
Dire's top tower is under
Full
attack.
drop. It sounded like.
I think for a while. But there we go. The
Okay,
top
well-
T1's gonna be taken.
Dire's
TNC are
top tower
dominating.
is
I mean, what I was trying to say, TNC, they sure they give away 3 deaths, they maybe don't need to, but they got a whole set of racks and 3 towers in one push.
Dire's middle
At the
tower
8-minute
is under
mark,
attack.
they killed 3 towers, 2 raxes in a single push at the 8-minute, before the 8-minute mark. It's pretty incredible stuff, and MVP, innovative as they are, I think we have another sign of TNC being the original innovators, and we give them credit for taking some of the innovations from them, and this is just wonderful stuff to see. It's great Dota, and it's great to see like when a team gets into a position where they're like, hey, actually we can seize this moment, we can just keep going.
And now for Ev, he has his level 6. He is smoked up. He used the Ravage. Ravage restamp fire and Ayo. There we go. Chen is gonna die. He's gonna be the first one down. And then smoke revealed. And TNC will just back off. So I think they're okay that Ayo tanked that for the team.
It's super important for MVP though. They need to keep making these kills. They really do. Q has gone back to the Midas, and it's going to do a lot of work catching up the longer they stay in the game. But I mean, now they've also got the ulti on Titan, so they died 3 times in a row and hadn't even had level 6 at that stage. They've got the tools to hang on MVP, but they got to keep disrupting TNC's flow. If TNC are able to just go tower after tower after tower, soon there'll be another side of Axes.
Oh, I think TNC wants to find a solo kill on the Juggernaut here. They have the Omni Slash and a haste train. Okay, maybe not. Just running up. And it was really close.
I mean, there's just the farm on the TNC heroes has a lot to do with the fact that they've killed so many towers and Raxes. That's, you know, they didn't like sit around out farming MVP that much, but suddenly they just got a lot done.
But I mean, just on my point, I think that's McCall dropped. I was just curious, like, do you think this is too much for MVP? Are they still in this game? Because they're losing so many objectives in TNC. They have a very comfortable net worth lead right now, if you look at it.
Oh yeah, MVP are very much still in the game. Like, they just need to this is exactly what I'm saying. They just need to disrupt TNC's flow here and there. They probably wouldn't be in the game if TNC in the next like 5 minutes kill all 3 remaining towers and then like just control the map and maybe take rush. But if MVP can disrupt their flow to the point that they keep these towers up as long as possible, they protect the rush bit for as long as possible, they've got plenty of comeback mechanics for them. They've got the Ember Spirit who can farm around the map, the OD with the Hand of Midas, Tyrants who can win them fights.
Arrow comes out, oh, Tiki spinning away just in the nick of time. I think I recall in the lobby as well, MVP, what they said, they feel TNC, they YOLO too much, they invest too much in the early game, and afterwards they don't really have a plan for the late game. But I think maybe... So MVP, now they're going for a 3-man smoke first, but they're going to find this poor Lion. Arrow catches it, and a strike. So Rinta G takes one for the team.
I really like that the Sam H&H's Prophet bought Hand of Midas here, because you can see MVP are trying to play TNC into a position where they're hoping that TNC will get overconfident having got the earlier axes. They're hoping that TNC will go all in, and then they've got all the tools to just survive a bit and come back. And I think it's really smart of Sam H to recognize we don't need to go all in. Like, I'm gonna buy Midas too. Well, in the enemy jungle, there's AU just solo killing Dubu. Yep.
Oh dear.
you know what? These are the two drafters, two captains of the teams, Lord AU and Lord Dubu, and I said I think the the two best strategists and drafters in the region. So kind of nice to see them face up. And do you see what AU just bought? He bought that Midas that I wanted at the start of the game. This is what he does. He buys Midas on Chen.
I mean, yeah, this is definitely very different because we're so used to seeing like a mech or maybe an Ags rush on a Chen player, but like this, so he's gearing up late. He's gonna be relevant sooner or later. And
Yeah,
of course-
he'll rush the mech or the Ags or both now. That's what he does. It's not like he buys Midas into like MKB or some bizarre, it's like
Yeah.
he's buying Midas because he feels like there's no rush. I don't need to get those other items right now, and I'll just build into them. I think it's really important actually for TNC that it's easy for a team to get carried away and be like, hey, we got racks in under 8 minutes. Let's just all in and win the game. And I think that would be the worst mistake that they could make. And it's really good to see that they're willing to take it easy, take a step back, and play regular Dota.
I mean, for me right now, I'm just kind of disturbed that even though we have a team fight oriented lineup on MVP Phoenix, we haven't seen a Ravage yet, have we?
No, he hasn't. I mean, when at the time that TNC raxed him, he wasn't level 6 yet. He died 3 times in a row during that push, and since he got level 6, there hasn't been a fight in the whole game. I think. I mean, there was a 1v1 Witch Doctor versus Chen, and you can see Forever taunting a bit. This Mirana ulti. This is the first Mirana ulti of the game, and this they hope that TNC would keep pushing into them and they could get a nice big Ravage, but TNC wise they act. They've even got the Sentry Ward up, and nothing will come of this.
Maybe just a creep for F and that's it. So okay, he's happy to content to farm. He almost has the mech completed as well. So TNC, yep, I would say they're able to hold their own against this early pressure. TNC, all those early towers and objectives not really paying off right now. I mean, yeah, they're farming comfortably, but I mean MVP they're looking very scary too as they pick up all these core items.
Yeah, I mean, MVP are doing the right things to stay in the game, but TNC are absolutely doing the right things to not throw the game away as well. This is just like the first game. This is high quality Dota. They're really smart Dota players, making good decisions, playing the position that they're in. Arrow comes through, does actually land on Raven here, but I don't think there's any fallout.
Yeah, there's a healing ward there, so he's fine. And I mean, all these drums as well, you can tell they're gearing up a mid game. They want to fight as soon as possible. They have the Ravage, and there we go. MVP coming into the fight. Raven stunned. Initiating chains in 3, 2, arrow swapped out, and he's just gonna spin away to safety. Is right now, this is the most awkward engage I've seen in a while.
That's such a good play from TNC though, the swap into spin, recognizing that you can swap your Juggernaut into danger and they're not going to be able to lock him down. I think if that doesn't happen, the Vengeful Spirit probably gets picked off. So it's impressive from TNC, and in the meantime, Chen is split pushing the side of the map, and Nature's Prophet is split pushing the other side of the map, and just look at the gold they're amassing on these two heroes. It's incredible. Like they weren't even part of any of what just happened there.
And the Chen, this Midas really starting to pay off. 1,500 gold in his pockets, very rich for someone who's supposedly a support. He's more farm than Forev. I'm still waiting to see that Ravage. I mean, yeah, he's just swimming around.
He's not too far behind MP AUs, and I don't think it's it's conceivable that he could overtake. Oh, sorry, did I say AU? I meant MP. Yeah, like AU could overtake MP. If you look at the net worth, he's catching up to him.
Yikes! Yeah, this is. I don't know. This feels like they're on the clock because once TNC, I think once they get a couple more items, they can pretty much try for the T2s and then maybe go for Roach.
Yeah, there's big timing items. I mean, the TNC for me historically is a team that their big timing items are actually usually BKBs, but I don't think they want to rush those BKBs. So Juggernaut might buy one item and then BKB. Venge could go for a BKB soon. You can see the Ogre Club coming out. That's coming next. Nature's Prophet might go into a BKB early. It's especially good against the lineup against Tyrant's Ravage does nothing. OD can't deal damage to the BKB. Obviously Lion's Blink will be big, and Chen buying the mech or the Axe would be really big, but for me there's going to be some key BKB timings for TNC before they try and push the advantage that much further.
Right, so for now we see some. Oh, okay, they spot out the stacks. They want to steal the ancient stacks away from the Tide. Or even just right clicking things down, or maybe he's just saying hi to the ancients. Roshan still left quite untouched. It's very easy for TNC to respond, but not as easy for MVP. So no Moonlight Shadows, nothing for now. Actually, wait, take that back. They will go for a smoke. This MP looks to be the bait as we have 4 men. Oh, Febby taking care of the creep immediately. So I'm not sure if TNT scouted that out.
Well, TNC are all kind of nearby. Juggernaut is furthest. I mean, they just dropped the VPN. And there's some skeletons coming to say hello.
Hello, hello. Yep, they're gonna ping Roshan out right now. Do we have a smoke? Yes, yes, we do. We're gonna see a 4-man smoke rotation. Of course, Nature's Prophet has the TP. He is available, but check out. There we go. The Jug's gonna be popped and swapped in. He's gonna take the full brunt of the Omni Slash as Juggernaut gets a nice kill on
Sentry?
Dubu.
Their sentry, they use the Marana ulti, and I don't think there's any reveal right now, but TNC want to go into the rush, but there's an 8 sauce in the Vengeful Spirit, and this
Arrow,
is
oh, the creep catches it. Steering chains, maybe it's gonna catch only onto Raven. Oh, nice ravage. 4F catching everybody, and the OD ult is gonna destroy Raven, and he's spinning around. 4F gonna get fingered down by the Lion, and of course there we go, the creep stomping, and the Cheers is blocking Kyo from escaping there. You cannot run away from this. Mother Nature always comes back to bite you in the ass. So Febby gonna throw the arrow out at Kyo. The Astro Imprisonment is on up, and Kyo's gonna die here. Jug's gonna find himself a mega kill streak, and we need to find a bit more. Febby tangles his way out. He has to go Scepter, and of course here comes Nature's Prophet TPing in from behind. So you're not running anywhere. Dubu throwing out the coconut, landing onto Tihi, but he's spinning, and Febby gonna tangle his way out again.
They can chase him, yeah. That's
That's so unfortunate, and right now they're going for MP. Wait, hold on, MP. Gonna send, Vintage is gonna get sent back. They find
Dubu
AO.
could die as well. I feel like it's not the safest place for Dubu to be.
Def ward as well. And the daring chance to follow. Oh, Dubu's actually gonna die. He's gonna get surrounded by the Chen creeps and 2 enemy heroes. MP silenced up and stunned up. Multiple tables coming up from everywhere, and it's 13-7. It's pretty much a full team wipe.
Yeah, it's absolute domination, and from the get-go, it's just kind of they scouted the rush. MVP had no right to be rushing. TNC know that. They come in, they punish them, they start with a swap, they get 1 hero off, and from that point in the fight, there's no point at which the fight was favorable for MVP. It was always slightly favorable for TNC or even. And that is now an Aegis and the Vengeful Spirit makes it that much easier to swap people in the start of fights. Your Nature's Prophet has bought an entire orchid. AU's Chen is going to buy something. He's going just straight for that axe. That's what he usually does when he goes for Midas. So he's got the overcut and the stop wizardry, and yeah, I don't know. MVP could be facing the Black Dragons before they know it. And I tell you something, OD does not chunk Black Dragons. OD deals a lot of damage to other kind of creeps, but not those kind of creeps.
And not to mention if they take a golem as well, Tihi, I think he's saving the golem, because right, if you get the golem as well, everyone's HP is going to increase by a very, very huge percentage. 15%.
Oh yeah, but I mean the Chen's not that close to axe yet. It's still going to be a while. I don't think they need to save the creeps yet. But I agree with you. My point is that the MVP actually don't have a way to deal with Chen axe at this stage in the game. If Chen gets a bunch of ancient creeps, that might be what kind of signals the next side of Brax.
So TNC looks like they have the advantage. This is their game to lose with a comfortable 12,500 gold lead. EXP just a bit over 5,000. And MVP, they have a lot to do if they want to, fight their way back into this and maybe force a game 3. So we don't see a Battle Fury yet on MP. He's still, he has to Claymore, but he doesn't have the Perseverance. TNC, well, I mean the Big Dagger was bottom of winter as well. Same time as the OD, just a couple minutes back. So maybe they try for the top here. Dubu and QO running for the trees. Very, very scared. They will have to back off. Dubu just hanging around for now.
It's a good gem pickup, Febby, on the Marana. I think a lot of teams are too nervous when they're behind to go for plays like this, but I think it's actually quite necessary. You have to take some kind of gamble. They buy the gem. Let's try and establish map control at least. Get rid of enemy wards, make sure that we've got better vision than they do, and it's something that could give MVP an advantage. There's very few things right now as the game stands that could give MVP an advantage if a fight comes up, but having that gem and clearing wards of the map is actually something I could.
And he gets the Culling Blade as well, so he's able to just, de-ward by himself, and there we go. Taking care of those wards. Moonlight Shadow comes out. Maybe
Prophets, they want to go for Sam. I think they want to go for Sam maybe, but Sam's onto them. He smells something that's up, and He's running away to his tier 1, which, by the way, you know, there's only one tower dead on the side of TNC so far this game, and Chen does now have that axe. He's going to start messing up the big ancient creeps.
Gets the dragon. Doesn't look very bright at all. I'm quite worried for MVP. I mean, MP, he really needs to somehow farm up that remaining 700 gold, or 600 gold, so that he can get that perseverance. Get it? That is the battle free right there. But there we go, TNC, they're very close, they're in the neighborhood. They're gonna pick out the dragon so they will know that Luchen has the eggs. At the same time, I mean, can they get a trade? QO, they're trying to push in the bottom tier 1. TNC hanging around the neighborhood, Winter G looking for the initiation. Yep, he's gonna go blink all the way where it is, straight on MP, and the mech is low, and of course Ravage. Nope, you're dead. Oh, MP. Remnant's away just in the nick of time. We're gonna get killed by the Chen. If Ayo lays off the all Q and the stun's coming up, but the golem and the dragon is there. And alright, MVP. Forev staying in the trees.
He's gonna be
Winter
started.
finds him.
Sure.
Oh, Winter's gonna smoke, but he knows that he's there. He tried for the stun, blind stun from Febby. Swap, offensive swap QO back into the fray forcefully and fun. No buyback on either of these heroes. I don't think this is GG, but this is at least a T3 tower.
It's trouble. It's trouble one way or another. There's no other way to look at it. There's still even the Aegis and the Venture Squad, but swap cooling down in 20 seconds. They could start another fight. TNC are ready to still win another fight. And on the other side, there's no Ravage on Tidehunter. Odie's dead for a really long time. These Raxes are dead, and I think TNC probably even go top Rax as well.
Yeah, and even if a Rapier, this won't save you the game. I think this is GG for MVP. We don't have a Ravage as well, not for a full minute and a half. Arrow coming out, connecting to Winter at the back. Silence up for Eb. He does get a kill into Winter. And Vengeful Spray getting a kill. Death Ward, they're going to get swapped cancelled immediately. And just Raven, he's very tanky, does not afraid of dying. And Febby leaps out of the Sprout. And they do get the melee lane of Rax. This is actually Megas. 24 minutes in, TNC and MVP will just throw in the flag, throw in the towel. This is 1-1.
And it's a great strength of mind as well for TNC not to tilt from the last game where they were so close to winning and quite dramatically didn't win the game. And they come into this game guns a-blazing, really know what they want to do on top of their stuff. They take the first side of Rax before 8 minutes and they finish the game in 24 minutes 45 seconds. And I mean, wow, this is... I hope that we have an audience watching this who, you know, the international audience thinks MVP is like, you know, it's MVP are kind of like their darlings right now, because most international audience don't really watch Southeast Asian Dota, but you have teams like TNC that can do this too, that can just shut you